As you said, we have a separation of powers. We have principles in our Constitution about the equal protection of all lives, about the protection of life, liberty, and property with due process of law, life being the first of those rights. This would set up a confrontation between Congress and the President if legislation were introduced to protect unborn life from the moment of conception. Federal legislation. This would set up a conflict with the Supreme Court in which the other two branches, the legislative and executive branches, would be trying to steer the court back into the correct understanding of the sanctity of life. There's a lot of ways that this could go sideways, with the Supreme Court perhaps striking down such legislation. So are you prepared to have that kind of confrontation and to urge Congress to attempt it?
Yeah, I would definitely be willing to engage in that kind of confrontation. Very much the same way that Abraham Lincoln was willing to engage in confrontation with the Dred Scott case. He felt that slavery was immoral, it was the wrong path to take, and the Supreme Court was defending slavery. As they've defended several things that were incorrect. We have a history that shows that they are not infallible, and therefore we shouldn't simply submit to something that we know to be wrong. We should fight it, but we should use the mechanisms that already exist. Those people who were our founders recognized fully that they were dealing with imperfect human beings. And that was the very reason that they separated the powers. And, there is not only the right to intervene, there is the duty to intervene, particularly when new knowledge is discovered.